boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. This is Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things 33 Common Sense Lens. And, you know, a lot of us probably could have seen this coming. Unfortunately, there was a very specific individual that was in charge of Amazon Prime and MGM Studios at the time named Jennifer Sulky, right? And, of course, she was one of those very much activist kind of people out there, was always trying to push her agenda into storytelling and stuff like that, right? And so she hired all of her friends and her buddies that thought just like her. Well, after failure after failure, whether it be Rings of Power, Wheel of Time, or a bunch of the other stuff that has absolutely turned into a disastrous dumpster fire over there on Amazon Prime, she was finally fired, right? She was kicked out the door. She is gone and will not be coming back anytime soon to be in charge of absolutely anything. And one of those people that she hired was none other than the star of Disney's Lucasfilm's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dysentery that cost the company hundreds of millions of dollars at the box office, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. What was Phoebe Waller-Bridge supposed to be in charge of? A live-action adaptation of Tomb Raider. Oh, boys and girls, the Kathleen Kennedy self-insert was going to be in charge of one of literally video games' most iconic brands out there and a femme fatale that everyone absolutely loved. And ladies and gentlemen, well, it looks like after someone over there, hopefully Jeff Bezos, finally wised up to all of the BS that is going on, it has been officially canceled, ladies and gentlemen, and at a cost of over $100 million paid to Phoebe Waller-Bridge for producing absolutely nothing. It's insane, it's crazy, and it just shows you how bad the nepotism with the cult fanatics out there, the people that were indoctrinated by the spirit of the age, truly was, because this is insane. And even with a company like Amazon, $100 million is still a lot of money. So we're going to check this article from Bounding Into Comics, getting all of the juicy details and show you what the exact quotes and where this news source came from, as well as why the math equals up to $100 million. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing. We just crossed 1,800. We're on our way to 1,900, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, let us know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Do you think this is the absolute best thing that could happen for the Tomb Raider series out there, or were you actually cautiously optimistic about that maybe something like this actually would turn out well over there at Amazon? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. All right, from Bounding Into Comics and our dear sweet Ryan Pearson. After millions spent, Amazon's live-action Tomb Raider series from Phoebe Waller-Bridge reportedly dead. Dead, ladies and gentlemen, dead. Just 1 week after reports hit the internet claiming that Amazon's Tomb Raider live-action TV series didn't yet have a script after 6 years and tens of millions of dollars being spent on its development, a new report claims that with Phoebe Waller-Bridge reported Penn series is, as one source simply put it, dead. And like I said, with Jennifer Sulky finally being gone and all of her progressive nonsense going with her, yeah, boys and girls, it probably actually is. It would lines up and it makes perfect sense with everything else we've seen officially reported. And this also gives me hope for the Warhammer 40K series out there as well. Me wonders how much influence that happened on Jennifer Sulky going bye-bye as well. Because trust me, it would have been full-blown female custodies if she would have still been in charge. And Henry Cavill probably would have walked. So fortunately enough, we're okay now. Alison Boshoff from the UK's Daily Mail reports that per numerous sources, there now seems no hope for Amazon's take on Lara Croft to actually make it out of the tomb, with two individuals outright declaring that it's dead and not going ahead. And the Daily Mail, say whatever you want about them, they've been very much right in the past, boys and girls. These are some of the very first people that reported on the fact that Disney Doctor Who was dead. They were some of the early reports on some of the activist casting that we've seen with Harry Potter. Like, these guys have been ahead of the curve. That's why we talk about these sources. That's why we listen to what they say, because more often than not, they have been right in the past. And like I said, it lines up with everything else we've got verified about what's going on over there at Amazon MGM. Further, Boshoff notes that despite the previous claim by Amazon MGM TV head Vernon Sanders that the series would begin filming in 2025, Dark Phoenix star Sophie Turner, who is said to have previously participated in screen tests for the role of Lara Croft, which of course we covered back when all of those rumors were flying around as well, has a full filming schedule lined up for the rest of the year. In other words, as put by Boshoff, there are no signs the series is moving forward. Yeah, if Sophie Turner is going to be busy for the fall rest of 2025, well, she certainly can't start filming a series in there, despite what Amazon MGM's executives had said. So yeah, like I said, it all lines up with what we actually know. To the surprise of no one, Prime Video offered no comment to the Daily Mail. I mean, it's just like all of the not canceled and in production Disney Star Wars projects. Yeah, same kind of thing, boys and girls. And neither did writer Phoebe Waller-Bridge's representatives. Of course not. Admittedly, though, her project does appear to not be going forward. The situation does contain one silver lining for Waller-Bridge herself. This is where we get into the whole $100 million price tag for absolutely nothing produced. Nepotism among the cult in Hollywood, boys and girls. As explained by Boshoff, the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny star was given $20 million a year in golden handcuffs deal in 2019 from MGM boss Jennifer Salke. You know, the activist cult member out there, following the success of Fleabag. One series that went well that she was partially involved with some of the writing and stuff for, and they gave her a $20 million a year paycheck just so she wouldn't go and work for anybody else while she was supposedly producing Tomb Raider. Imagine getting paid $20 million a year and not having to do anything. That is insane. Where else could you get such a nepotism type deal other than Hollywood and among the woke cult? Like we've talked about so many times before, they're talentless hacks. And while this deal did see Waller-Bridge help write Mrs. and Miss Smith series, which I think only lasted one season, she was also tapped to star, but she quit the overall project in 2021, thus leaving the role to Obi-Wan Kenobi series actor Maya Erskine. This reportedly the only work she continued to Amazon before Salke, who left the company on March 25th. Both renewed her deal and handed her the reins to Tomb Raider in 2022. So literally the crazy lady at the top of all of this, causing all of these problems and making all of these insane deals and just literally blowing Jeff Bezos' money, yeah, she's gone, so this is out. However, according to Boshoff, this renewal did come with less lucrative options, while Waller-Bridge being re-upped on a non-exclusive first look basis and for a fraction of the previous sum. Basically, we just get to see whatever you produced first, and yeah, not so much after that. To this end, that was kind of like what they had with the Batman series that Warner Brothers saw, and then they kicked it off to Amazon MGM. Yeah, you know, the super activist kind of, yeah, all the progressive nonsense in that one. Yeah, all the ideology. Yeah, that one. To this end, per estimates, Waller-Bridge allegedly made around $100 million from these deals. In other words, while Tomb Raider didn't even getting rated, Amazon sure did. And to make the financial robbery even worse, the apparent death of the Tomb Raider TV series now throws into question the overall production status of Amazon's plan to develop a connected media universe based on the franchise. I'd imagine they're probably just going to shelve this whole thing for a while, and after they actually hire some qualified people that actually know what they're doing and would like to put good storytelling over their political agenda, you might actually be able to get back to this and get us a good Tomb Raider again. Back in 2023, The Hollywood Reporter's Leslie Goldberg reported that Amazon were aiming to make a connected world, a la Marvel, which would include live-action series, upcoming Tomb Raider video game, and a feature film in partnership with Netflix's Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft production house, DJ2 Entertainment. Yeah, you know the other one where they got like the tranny characters and like the lesbian relationship and all of that kind of fun stuff? Yeah, like that one. While Waller-Bridge was not attached to either the video game or the film, the Hollywood reports did indicate she could be involved in the potential movie. Her series' apparent cancellation ultimately does not bode well for either project. And this is exactly what they talked about with doing like the James Bond, making it a multifaceted universe and doing all these spin-offs and everything else. And it sounds like that's full steam ahead, especially now that Jennifer Salke's gone. But that's what they had planned for Tomb Raider too. This kind of seems to be Amazon's kind of thing. And what's funny about this is it doesn't work, right? You have all of these ideologues. They got paid $100 million for sitting on their butts and producing practically nothing in every way, shape, or form. One of the worst kind of deals you've ever seen. And guess what? This is the stuff that got Jennifer Salke fired, right? Making these kind of backroom deals, not clearing with the bosses, not really talking about anybody else. They just gave her carte blanche on all this stuff. And the next thing you know, Jeff Bezos is looking down at MGM Studios and going, "What have you produced for me? You've cost me billions of dollars, and the amount of money you've paid for franchises and IPs and production and these golden handcuff deals with Phoebe Waller-Bridge on Tomb Raider. And what have you gotten me? Nothing." Rings of Power lost half its audience between episode 1 and the last episode, and then it lost half of that to season 2. And this Wheel of Time has been an abysmal abomination for the entire time, and Tomb Raider would have been the exact same thing. So yes, it is canceled, boys and girls. It is DOA. Jennifer Sulky is gone, and Tomb Raider is going to go with it. And it looks like Phoebe Waller-Bridge is out the door as well. And honestly, boys and girls, it couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Horseface is gone, and we won't have to worry about seeing her be her own self-insert into a Tomb Raider franchise, because Tomb Raider, as far as Amazon MGM is concerned, is dead. And you only have Jennifer Sulky to blame.